Blog Talk Radio.
Hey. She gonna read that for that's for your mama. That's for your mama. Hi. Hi. You supposed to be against the. Hi, Brittney. Hi, Brittney. Hi. Everybody staring at me. Cameron.
Can't hold back my tears, 'cause I'm just so happy I'm marrying an angel one day. Oh, as I take your hand, I pledge to be your man. I vow to love, to hold, to cherish, and never disrespect the love we share. I'll be honest, I cannot lie. There'll be some good days, there'll be some bad times, but I'll be standing right beside you, my sweet baby, my sweet love of mine. Oh, as I take this and place it on your sweet and pretty hand, we will show our kids, and they will tell their kids what Mom and Daddy did on the day I married my angel. Oh, my angel. Oh, my angel. Oh, I really love you, my angel. Hey, Alexander, will you be my wife?
Yes. Oh my God.
I love you, baby.
Y'all is wrong. Y'all is so wrong.
Drop the beat on this joint
This is the Gumbo Cafe.
with your hosts, Shawnee and Dia.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gumbo Cafe. This is your girl, Shawnee. Dia, how you doing over there?
I am doing good. How are you?
Awesomely wonderful. Awesomely wonderful. The number is, you guys, if you don't know, it's 347-202-0388. Tonight we have two wonderful guests here with us tonight. Of course, we played the clip just in case if you guys have been in a hole, hiding out somewhere, not on social media, and missed it. That was Cameron and Brittney. It was a proposal, and it was so beautiful. We posted it up in the chat room here for those who are logged in, so you can see the reaction. We're going to ask them in a little bit about that entire experience, along with what Mr. Cameron Brooks, will be doing in the near future. Y'all heard him sing. He could sing. I mean, he sang so much, girl. My mama was in the bedroom all the way in the back, right? And she came because I was mixing the intro. She said, "Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?" She just sat down, just grinching. I mean, she was grinning hard, too. Do you hear me?
Just grinning.
Yeah, she was grinning, girl. She was grinning, smiling from ear to ear. I think everybody was. That video was so so touching and so warming because finally, you know, with all the stuff that we see online, you know, with all this drama and all these, you know, the ratchetness that goes on online, we finally get to see a man who loves his woman, you know, and we see black love, which we don't get to see often, especially, again, these days with a lot of brothers talking about how bad black women are. So when I saw that video the first time it came out, I was like, yes, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Supreme. Thank you, whomever. Thank you, Brooks family. Thank all of you guys because finally, there's somebody who we can look forward to and see love in its truest and purest form with music because y'all know we love music here at the Gumbo Cafe too. Now, before we do. Before we get started, though, Dia, what did you do over the weekend?
This weekend?
Yeah, not last weekend or last month.
This weekend, not much really. I worked a little bit, and this weekend, you know, was the weekend to, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Spa weekend, beautified. Had to do heads, hair, re-up on things that, you know, we was low on and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what this weekend was. What did you do?
A lot of grooming and clearing. Well, you know me. I went down to Houston and I saw my cousin Brittney and Junior get married. That was so beautiful. It was, you know, to the point, nice and sweet. Being around family, you know, got to get away from East Texas for a little bit and chilled in the city. And just spending time relaxing and just seeing how family is important and how relationships and communication are also important. And then health is important as well because my cousin, she was born a preemie, you know, 6 months. And she's had a liver transplant and, she had 2 transplants. And for a minute her body had shut down and denied them. And to see her standing there and enjoying herself and enjoying the man that she loves was a beautiful thing and experience because, you know, we need that, especially, again, these days. We need to see things like that. So I was thankful to be down there. Excuse me. And she cried because my grandmother, she's just like a little talker. Brittney is a talker. So when she saw my grandmother come, I was in the back, you know, with her because, you know, me and my camera, I'm always taking pictures. And she said, who all came with you? And I was like, well, my uncle came and, you know, our cousin Joanne came and my grandmother came. And she said, Big Mama came and Billy came. And I was like, yeah, she came. She was like, yes. So when she gave the speech, she was like, hey, Billy, you know, she's crying. Hey, Billy, thank you for being here because my grandmother is the survivor of 7 siblings. You know, she's the last of the family of that era. And one of my other cousins said, Aunt Billy, you know, you're like a legend in the family. So it was good to have her there and people, you know, wanting to learn from their elders, too. So that's what we did over the weekend, you know, children. And for those who are listening, please pay attention to your elders because they do have some knowledge to give you and show them that you do appreciate them and love them because they need to hear that as well. But other than that, before we bring in our guests, and some more of this love that's going on in the air in June. Hey, how can people get in touch with you, Dia?
They can get in touch with me at, at Ori Oasis, ORIOASIS, at all your social media sites, or they can go to my website at Ori's Oasis, ORISOASIS.com for all your astrological needs.
Right. Ooh, she cut it down short tonight.
Yeah, cut it real short tonight.
How can they get in touch with me? I know that's what you were about to ask. For those who have personal issues that they would like to deal with, be it with relationships, being an author, if you're in a domestic violence situation, if you're in an abusive relationship, you can email me at maylodi@yahoo.com. All things are personal. I do not share them. If it's something that you need emergency with immediately, I will make sure I find a place for you to stay. Again, that's maylodi@yahoo.com. We're also on Twitter at The Gumbo Cafe and on YouTube, The Gumbo Cafe. And you can mail us as well if you guys have any show suggestions at thegumbocafe@gmail.com. Now, enough of us chatting. I know y'all want to hear this man and this lady. I'm still gritted. Boy, that rock. Did you see that rock?
Yeah, I saw that. That thing looked kind of heavy. I saw that.
Baby. Okay, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, at the Gumbo Cafe, we have Cameron Brooks and Brittney Olds. How are you guys? How are you doing? Welcome to the Gumbo Cafe.
Hey, how you doing?
Lovely, lovely. Oh, y'all don't know. Thank y'all for being here. I know you guys have been, like, getting requests left and right and all kinds of questions coming at you with the proposal and everything. But thank you guys for taking the time to be on the show with us tonight and giving a little bit of your short story and sharing what love really means in this day and age. So appreciate you guys being here.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having us. We appreciate the opportunity.
Awesomeness. Now, before we get started again, for those who have questions, the number is 347-202-0388 and press the number 1. Again, that's 347-202-0388. Now, no, I got to ask Brittney first. Brittney, girl, baby girl.
Yes.
When you walked into that door, what were you expecting?
Well, the party was supposed to be for his mom, so when his sister walked up to me and gave me the flowers, I was like, what's going on? Like, when I picked these flowers, they were supposed to be for his mom. Why are you giving them to me? So I was a little shocked.
So you have picked out the flowers. That's why you said, those are for your mom. Okay, I got it. That was sneaky.
Yeah.
Okay. And then when he started singing, did you know what was happening when you heard the piano playing in the background and he started singing, or did you have any kind of feeling whatsoever that something was about to go down?
I had a slight idea when he started singing. I didn't want to, think that's what he was doing, and then he was trying to do something else and be in bed. So I had a slight idea. When he brought that ring out of his pocket, I was like, okay, that's what you're doing.
Okay, I saw the tears falling too. I was getting emotional. Now, Cameron, how nervous were you up to that point? I mean, for you to sing, still in your tenor, go ahead with your bad self. Did it take you a minute to get it all together? How long was this idea planned out, and who all was involved in this surprise engagement?
Well, actually, the plan to do it the way that I did it actually came together that very same day. I had the ring for about a month, and I was kind of split between how I wanted to propose, if I wanted to be more private, if I wanted to involve our families, if I wanted to sing, if I didn't want to sing. So it was just a lot of decision-making I had to do on, as to how I wanted to do it. The only thing I knew for a fact was that I wanted it to be special. And I was talking to my parents, and my mom was like, Cameron, what are you going to do? Are you going to sing to her? And I was like, I don't know. I don't really know if I should. Should I? She was like, well, you're a singer. You have to sing. You just got to do it. There's no getting around it. So I called my brother, and I was like, well, I need a song, man. And we got to talking and was practicing, and I was like, oh, I got it. We was like Wedding Vows by Jamie Foxx, and luckily my brother, he came through. He learned it on the piano, and everything from there. It was all good.
Man, I was like, I know this song. That was the one from the Jamie Foxx show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was from the when he married Fancy. He sang it to her as she walked down, or actually for their vows, he sang her vows.
Wow. Have you heard from Jamie Foxx's camp? If you have, give him my number. I'm just saying. But
I'm trying. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I've been bugging him. I know he's gonna see it eventually.
Maybe we can hook you up with that a little bit. Now,
all right.
Brittney, I had inboxed you and asked you, do you sing? And I know a lot of people were wondering because Cameron does. I guess that's the answer. Can you sing, baby girl?
No.
I was like, I'm
looking at her like, you better tell the truth.
No, he tries to teach me. He tries to teach me here and there, but I let him do his thing and just sit back and enjoy.
Right. That's good, though. Now, are you going to sing to her on the wedding day, or is that going to be too much?
I'm working on something a little more special for the wedding day. I don't know, y'all might have to, hopefully we have to try to get it on TV or something and y'all can see it.
Yes. Speaking of seeing, how can people get in touch with you?
Well, most of my like social networks, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, I use all of those very frequently. And if you can't get in touch with me, you can contact my manager, anytime. His name is Jamal Brooks. You search him on Facebook, and I'm sure if you go to my page, all the information that you need to contact me is on there. So anybody looking for a wedding singer or anything, hey, I'm only a phone call away.
Now, do you travel to sing, or is it just local in your, where you're at?
Well, as of yet, it hasn't been a lot of traveling, just because I'm, a lot of people don't really know who I am other than local people and people like in the state of Indiana where I'm from. I haven't really gotten that, nationwide or worldwide notoriety until the proposal. So, hopefully, this could open up some great doors for me, and, we'll just see where it goes.
Okay. Now, Dia, did you have a question real quick while I look for some information, because we need to get this man out there for real.
I want to go back on the proposal. I haven't had time to do a full research. How long was y'all together before you proposed?
We've been together for almost 3 years now.
Oh, wow. I have to ask, how did y'all meet?
Well, actually, we met. She's best friends with one of my cousins, and I had never met her before, and I had a death in my family, and I went up to sing for the funeral, and I guess she said I kind of caught her eye then, and I was singing with the girl at the funeral. She thought it was my girlfriend, but it was actually my younger sister, so she didn't talk to me then. And so a couple of days went by, and we were talking, and I was talking to one of my uncles, and my uncle was talking about how he seen this girl, and she was so cute, and this and that, and he tried to holler at her, and she didn't give him no play. So come to find out, that girl that he was talking about ended up being Britney, and we crossed paths on Facebook, and one day I got up enough courage to write her and introduce myself, and that was our first actual encounter.
Oh wow! I don't think
okay.
Facebook. Good thing to come out of Facebook.
I'm telling you, people be talking about Facebook like it's not a good thing. That's how we got, so that's how we did our thing.
I know. I'm sitting here listening now, like, wait a minute. Okay, who was in my category? Let me see. Brittney, when you first saw him though, were you like, did you know that he was the one?
Sorry, say that again.
When you first met Cameron, did you know that he was the one?
Actually, I did. I prayed about it for a long time for God to send me somebody. And when this guy came, my list that I wrote out, he met everything on that list, except for a few things, but, we worked those out. But, yeah, he pretty much met everything on my list, and I said, you know what, this is the one for me right here. So he took me away.
Look at there, y'all. Y'all hear this, and you can tell they just like it. They love each other. You can tell that, and you hear it in the voice. They make each other smile. Are there times, though, when it does get difficult? Because, we like to be real on the show. Does it get a little bit difficult being, especially since the video has gone viral, with making the relationship stronger, or what has made this relationship stronger?
Well, honestly, of course, it's not always, happy times. We have our, our disagreements, but the thing that always pulls us back together is never forgetting the love that we have for each other, and, imagining, sometimes that's all it takes for me is, a simple second of imagining what life would be like without her. And that's really it. Most of the time, that's really all I need, when we have our moments. When we're just like, I can't stand you, you're getting on my nerves, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's definitely been more difficult, not really more difficult, but the disagreements, they've been more intense, I guess you could say, since the engagement. You know what I mean? But it's never anything that we can't come back from, you know, after a couple minutes of sitting in a separate room thinking, and then, you know, we come together and have that conversation like, all right, so I was wrong this time, and, you know, okay, well, this is how I feel. We always communicate, and that's something that is very important in relationships, is communication.
Wow.
So that's just something that we value a lot. We try not to go to bed mad at each other, you know, stuff like that. So.
And Dia's over there saying, yes, she's been married now. Is it 7 years?
No, it'll be 9 years on actually tomorrow. Tomorrow will be 9 years that I've been married. Yes.
Congratulations.
So, thank you. I just love the fact that you spoke about communication. Also the fact that you said y'all go to separate rooms for a few minutes and then y'all come back and talk about it. Because a lot of people make the mistake where they go and call their friend, their mama, their brother, their sister, everybody else before they come back and talk about it with the other half. And that is so important to hash it out or talk about it with the other half and get the situation first. Personally, I feel like you shouldn't come to nobody else. But if you're going to, the problem should be already solved with your other half. And you're basically just using it as a template to show other people these things do happen in relationships and that it's okay and that you can work it out. So I'm so happy that y'all said y'all go in the other rooms, y'all not calling everybody, texting everybody, all on Facebook. Y'all go in the other rooms, calm down, come back, and then work it out. I love it. That's how I know the marriage will last. That's what me and my husband do. We don't tell everybody until after the fact, if we tell anybody.
Yep, and that's something that we kind of agreed to not do. Like when we kind of, I don't want to say we didn't date for like 3 months before we actually officially were dating. Like we were kind of just talking every day, and you know we would go bowling here and there, go to the movies or something. But we weren't an official couple for about 3 months. Like while we were getting to know each other, and it's like, and once the time came where we decided that we wanted to be a couple, one of the first things that we talked about was, you know, we see a lot of our friends that are our age, and they get in arguments with their significant other, and they get on Facebook and get to talking and be like, oh, I just wish I should be single, and if I got to deal with this and that, hit my line or something like that. And that's just, to me, that's super childish, and it's especially something that she would have never gone for if I had did it. You know, we like to try to keep everything in the house, you know, unless it's something like serious where we just can't come to an agreement. We both have our parents, and my parents have been married for 23, so my parents have been married for 21 years in September. And I'm not sure how long her parents have been married, but probably about the same time, 20-some years, 32 years her parents have been married. So we always have them to go to, you know, when we have questions about, you know, how we should go deal with things, especially now with, you know, with us getting married.
Again, that goes back to talking to the girl. I'm just sitting here, yes, you guys are doing it right because you have the right foundation. You're asking not single people marriage questions, but you're asking married couples who have you know, you've been exposed to in your life consistently on how to maintain a marriage and a relationship. And I also like the fact that you guys dated first before jumping into anything serious. You know, a lot of times we see people, you know, jumping in, oh, he's cute, we should have a baby. You know what I'm saying? We see that. And they don't take the time to get to know the person or their family or anything. So, you know, to hear you guys saying that, you said 23. I don't know why I thought y'all was older. Really, I did. But
well, she's a little older than me, but I'm still a little young. but I'm wise, and I always can never take credit for that. I always have to thank my parents because they made me go through stuff, and they never just held my hand through everything. Kind of, they let me go through it on my own to learn, and that's kind of how I got pretty much why I am the way I am and why where I am mentally, because of them giving me a chance to make mistakes and not babying me through everything.
I love it.
Girl, I know, and even in one of the groups, we got somebody saying that they're over there cheesing and crying at the same time. She said, for once, I finally see true love. And this is somebody that's older, too. So, you know, to hear young couples, we appreciate that because we understand now that there are voices that are hearing and taking the baton and working with it and saying this is how we need to establish ourselves in society. there's something else that your manager had also sent over me, and big up to Jamal Brooks for responding to the inbox that I sent you guys. But it was something he had mentioned about you were in an accident a few years ago and the circumstances behind it. What exactly happened, and what made you change to who you are today?
Oh, man. Oh, well, it was probably, I think it was 2010, so about 4 years ago now. I was a student at Indiana State University, and I was home. I had moved back to Fort Wayne from school. So once I got back to Fort Wayne the next year, there was homecoming, and I wanted to go visit all my friends at homecoming. So I had just bought a new car, and I put my little rims on it, and my speakers, and my sound system, and all the little crazy stuff young people like to do to their cars. And my parents was like, I told them I was going to Terre Haute to visit my friends, and they were like, "No, you don't need to go. I don't think you need to go. They be doing too much, and you just got your new car, and you don't have insurance yet, and this and that, this and that." But they never once told me, Cameron, you're not going, because at that point I was 19 and I was living on my own, so it was like they couldn't really. I mean, they can, of course, they can tell me not to go, but they didn't want to because they were respecting me as the man that I was becoming. So like they told me not to go. My great grandmother was like, Cameron, I don't think you need to go down. So she called it Terre Haute, but it's called Terre Haute. She was like, Cameron, I don't think you need to go down to Terre Haute this week. I just know they're gonna be down there drinking and partying. And I don't want you to be around all that, this and that, and this and that. So long story short, I ended up going anyway. Partied the whole weekend and and did my thing or whatever. And I was young, so I drank and all of that stuff and ended up coming home. I left on Thursday, and I came home Sunday. But on my way back home, I stopped at one of my friend's churches in another city. I'm at Mount Zion Apostolic Church in Indianapolis, Indiana. I stopped there, and the pastor was preaching, and I was kind of sitting there in church, almost kind of hungover a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest. And I was just there because I go to church every Sunday, regardless. And I was sitting there, and the pastor was saying. He said, some of you, this could be your last chance that you get to worship God. And I don't know why. Well, I know why now, but at that point, I didn't know why that stuck with me the way that it did. So, like, at that moment, like, I stood up and I just began to thank God for, for what he had done for me and how good he's been and how he kept me even though I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do and, all of that, all that stuff. So, I got on the highway and I ended up like kind of dozing off on the highway, and I crashed on the highway. Luckily, I was the only car that was in the accident, but I did like 360s in the middle of the street, and I flipped down into like it was a riverbank, but it was dry at the time. My car slipped and it landed on its back, and I didn't have my seatbelt. My windows was down because I had my windows down, trying to stay awake, so I was using the wind, and I didn't have on a seatbelt, and when the car landed, I was in the back seat, and all glory to God, I walked out of that car, the car on my own. I didn't have any scratches, no bruises, no broken bones. They made me go to the hospital, but I was fine, and, and that's only because of God, and I just thank him for that because, like, that actual accident, it was like a turning point for me as far as my maturity goes. And it kind of showed me that, tomorrow isn't promised and that I need to stop taking advantage of the gifts that God gave me and be who he's called me to be. Because I can be gone just like that.
Right. And go ahead, Brittney. I know you have something to say.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh, I thought you said you had something to say in regards to that. When you hear that story, though, what does it give you assuredness that things are going to be okay? What is it when you hear this young man tell you these things and you see him while he's talking? Because I'm sure you guys are at the house looking at each other right now. But when you hear him say that, do you see him as a living testimony of how things could change? And even though you weren't there in his past, what do you see when you witness that?
Yeah, I think about that all the time. When he first told me the story, and I seen the pictures on the car, and I was just like, wow, like God really spared your life. He had his hand on you, and it was for a reason. So, I think about that every time, things may get a little rough or something, and Like when we first got together, I went to church, but I didn't go as much. And when I started dating him, he brought me closer to God. And so with that, and then thinking about the accident and how, you know, different things go, and he has me praying every night. And I'm just like, I know God has a plan for you. And whatever it is, I'm right here beside you, you know, along the way, praying, and, you know, I'm just here.
Okay, hold on just a second. I want to, you know, Dee and I, we always talk about submission. I don't know if you guys just heard what she said. She was outside of the church. She didn't go as often. But she's there with this man, standing by this man, and he has her praying. She didn't fight. I'm hearing it in your voice. She didn't fight him and say, well, I'm going to pray what I need to pray for. Instead, you submitted and to the calling and to the will, and you said, okay, I'm going to support and believe and understand that this is where we need to go in our life, in our future. This is the foundation. He is setting the foundation for us, and I think a lot of women are seeking that, but men tend to think that we're not, but we are. We understand what submission means, and we get it, and we don't mind submitting to the purpose of what the head is supposed to do in our life. Dia does it as well. And to hear that, you guys, this is another testimony. There was a reason why I wanted these two to come on the show, because, you know, it's a bigger story than just his story and her story. It's a bigger story than just love. It's more than that. And it's seeing living example of a younger couple and how we are to interact with each other as man and woman. So, you know, again, I'm thankful that you guys did come onto the show tonight, because there's something bigger here going on, even if we don't see it at the moment. But somebody needed to hear your guys' story, not just from the video and the singing. I knew it was more there, and I felt it was more there, and I'm thankful that I paid attention to it, and your manager paid attention to it and said yes, and hopefully we'll have him on the show, too, talking about his project. But much appreciated with that, seriously. Did you have another question as well?
I'm just taking it in on the morning at the moment. It's just beautiful to hear younger. Not saying that I'm old, but obviously a younger couple, you know, speaking about their love and how they're working it out and doing it the right way, and how the key thing is communicate, which is what I always tell everybody. And it's just beautiful to hear y'all say that, because a lot of people your age, you know, that generation needs to hear it, needs to see it, and needs to know that it's possible. And even a lot of people my age and Shani's age need to be able to hear it and see it and know that it's possible. You know, so I just think it's beautiful. I didn't really have a question at this point. I just had a comment.
Thank you.
Love it. Now, it was something else, too, that I am supposed to ask. First, where do you guys see yourself in 5 years? And then also, Cameron, with the music, where do you see yourself in 5 years? But first, let's ask the question for the both of you guys as a couple. Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years?
Well, 5 years from now, hopefully we have two little ones running around here. You know, successful and just being led by God wherever he wants us to go. Just being happy together, pursuing his dream and our dream together.
And you don't mind his dream in the music at all, do you?
I'm sorry?
You don't mind his dream being in music at all, do you?
No, I don't at all. I mean, whatever his dream is, if it's writing, if it's acting, whatever it is, I'm supporting him 100%. When we first got together, he told me this is what he wants to do, and I said, hey, you know, I'm here for you. I'm right beside you. You know, whatever you need, I'm here. So I don't mind it at all. I know it's going to get tough, but again, like I said, when we got together, prayer was one of the strongest things we talked about, and so I know to do that now. Whenever things get tough, I know all I have to do is call on God and everything will be okay. So, no, I don't mind it at all.
Again, the number is 347-202-0388. We're going to stay with them a little bit longer because I know Cameron just got off work. But now for you, Cameron, where do you see yourself in your music career in 5 years?
Oh, wow. Within 5 years, honestly, I can't say where I see myself because where I saw myself a month ago is not where I am now. So, I mean, it's really, it's no telling what God is going to do. And like I said earlier, I'm on for the ride as long as the roller coaster is moving. I want to record. I want to, hear people to hear my music. I want people to be touched by the music that I'm doing. I don't want to just, put out any old kind of music, just so you can bob your head. Or I want people to really get a message and to understand and to feel different emotions from the kind of music that I do. So really that's where I see myself, just doing anything musically as long as I can and on whatever scale that I can.
Beautiful. Again, for those who didn't get to hear, Cameron said you can find him on Facebook, but I'm going to give you guys the information. It's facebook.com/CamTheFace, and that's Cam the Voice, CamDaVoice, also the same as Twitter is Cam the Voice, and Instagram, same thing. And then there's also a page on Facebook called True Gospel Entertainment. What exactly is True Gospel Entertainment?
Well, actually, that's something that my manager is working on that honestly I don't really know too much about.
Okay.
It's kind of, I know his main objective is kind of like the same with what I want to do with like the kind of music that I want to put out, not necessarily putting myself in a gospel box, but also staying in that vein where I can sing about God and sing inspirational and not throw it in your face, like to the point that people who don't go to church feel comfortable listening to my music.
Well, when you drop an album or a single or whatever, can you shoot it this way? Because we got your back, honey.
Yeah, I definitely will. That's no problem at all.
And Brittney, baby girl, I hope you're going to be singing on that background because, you can sing a hook. You can do it.
Of course. Yeah.
Ooh, no.
Ooh, no. That was cute. Now, when is the wedding? Or have you guys made plans for it?
We kind of going, well, actually, as of right now, I contacted the church today. Actually for mid-April. Right now we're just shooting for, trying to see what date we can get because, Easter is in April and she wants a spring wedding. Me, I don't care. It could be mid-winter, December, 12 inches of snow. But she has in her head what she wants, and I'm all for that.
Awesomeness. And it looks like we have a question here. Hold on. Let's see what we got before we let you go. Area code 334-324. What's your name and where you calling from?
This is Neil Brooks from Alabama.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. How you doing?
Awesomeness. You got a question for Karen? I hear the same last name. Relative, kinfolk, what we got going on, sister?
No. I doubt if we're kin, but I just was inspired by their video. I'm not sure how I came across it, especially with social media, but it wasn't the last name. It was just the chivalry in the video and the name. I said, he's on to something. And, I really like how they come together as a couple. They sound, down to earth. And like you said earlier in the beginning of the show, how we have so much drama going on in the social media. There's not enough. It's like people would think there's not enough examples out there.
Right.
But I just like their coziness as a couple, and I like how they mention their parents, like you said, not getting advice from singles. And I like how he got down on his knees and sung to her. I was like your mama, laughing, grinning from ear to ear. I was like, oh, man, somebody's still doing it. Thank you, Lord. But anyway, I just want to know, one thing is how y'all deal with the social media since now that your post is probably becoming more popular now.
Well,
I'm sure that's out there.
As far as excuse me, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I would say, well, with me, I'm constantly on my. I got a little tablet, and I'm always on it, looking to see what people are saying, and talking to people and being friendly and posting stuff. And Brittney, she's a little more reserved, and she kind of gets a little upset at me sometimes because she's like, you need to put that dang on tablet down. That's all you do is be on Facebook. This, but it's all right. We don't really feed into a lot of it because it's not people. I'm just doing what I feel like my purpose is showing people like a real love, and it's just a good feeling like all the way around.
Oh. Okay, well,
Beautiful.
Congratulations to you both, and Brittney. I like the way you sung with them. Well, it's just good to hear you, even though, it's just natural. It seems natural. You might not be a songstress, as you say, but I like how you are there for him. I can, feel the connection is what I'm trying to say. And I look forward to seeing y'all in the future. You are a couple that I will be watching, and I'm trying to, like the rest of them, I'm going to try to put you out there as well. But
thank you.
I'm just glad I too have found you on social media.
Right.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Right. And thank you again, Miss Brooks. You have a wonderful evening. Again, see, what do y'all think when y'all hear that? Because I know you were just thinking, I'm sure, Cameron, on a smaller level. This is, I'm just going to propose to her, and then here go your manager posting it on YouTube, and then in a couple of days it went all over the place. But when you hear that, do you see that you guys do have a bigger calling?
Most definitely. If I've always knew that God had something special planned for me just because of things that I've went through in my life, and I don't see, like I said earlier, I'm only 23 years old. And, and you would think, with I don't want to say I just had a bad life and this and that, because life has been good for me and God has been good to me. But the amount of things that I've gone through, you don't see a lot of 23-year-old men, going through the things that I'm going through and coming out of it on a positive side. So it's especially now with the way that this video is taking off, is just the way. To me personally, I didn't even think as far as the sound and the music, I didn't even sound that good. but just the fact that people are being touched by it is proof to me that God has got something so great, and just I can't even think about it that is going on. So I'm excited. I'm really excited.
That's good. And Brittney, I just got one thing to say to you, girl. Girl, you better hold on to him, and you better know how to cook some good old food. You better put your foot in that pot, baby.
You better tell it.
Well, see, here's the thing, right?
What happened was,
so, he's a cook. So, I cook, but
Oh, she throw down for breakfast.
I do my breakfast thing. I let him handle everything else. So while he in there singing and whipping up food, I'm like, go, baby, go.
Well, look, I'm going to have to start sending you some cookbooks then. You know what I'm saying? We're going to hook you up. So it'll be more than breakfast food. You know what I'm saying? I'm just,
all right. I'll be looking for it.
Okay, because when he get off that roll singing and everything, girl, you have that plate ready and all that, that table.
Oh, of course.
Girl, don't go to Boston Market. Don't do that. No.
No. I got this locked down right here.
Oh, God. Well, we do appreciate you guys being here. We look forward to what you guys also have in the future. Again, for those who want to know what all is going on with Cameron and Brittney, check out all the social media. Facebook is Cam the Voice, that's CAMDAVOICE. Twitter, same handle, and Instagram, it's also the same handle. And hopefully we'll get your manager to come on to talk about some of the projects that he's doing with True Gospel Entertainment. And like I said, when you have that album, that single come out, shoot it on over this way, because we got you over here at the Gumbo Cafe.
All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. And you guys have a wonderful night. Appreciate it again. I'll be inboxing you guys after the show as well, but we do appreciate you guys being here. Did you have any last comments to say as well to him?
I just say keep doing what you're doing. Keep communicating, and don't let nothing come between y'all. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
Right. Welcome. You guys come back again soon. Appreciate it so much. Again, for those who did not know, peep YouTube. That was Cameron and Brittney. Their proposal. Like I said, if y'all been in a hole, y'all need to, get out the hole, see what's going on. It's called The Best Surprise Proposal Ever, and it's listed under Jamal Brooks. There's also some other songs on there that they have on the YouTube channel. But follow them, you guys. See what's going on in their future. We'll be right back. Of course, it's going to be our second half. The number is, again, 347-202-0388. See us, shoot us with the second half.
At the Gumbo Cafe.
This is Living Alive. Make sure you check out my new single titled Abandoned, off of my upcoming EP titled Pieces of Me. I'm chilling with the ladies, Shani and Dia, at the Gumbo Cafe.
Hey! Tune in every Tuesday at 11 p.m. Eastern Time to the Gumbo Cafe with your host, Shani Citizen and Dia on Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to the Gumbo Cafe with your hosts, Shani Sanderson and Dia.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Gumbo Cafe, 347-202-0388. Of course, we had Cameron Brooks and Brittney Olds, first half of the show. If you guys didn't hear it, go back and listen to the download. That's Cam the Voice on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, CamDaVoice. You guys can find him and figure out what all he's going to be doing next. Follow the man. Follow both of them because they're doing some things. And, again, it's good to see young couples in love. What you got to say, Dia?
I just think it's beautiful. Like, not too much to say to that. It's beautiful that they understand at an early age. That's all I can say.
Right. It is. To see it, to hear it, and hear the love that they have for each other, you can tell that they love each other. And we saw a video earlier this week where it was a couple arguing and fussing. It was an older couple. But, their language, that's how they communicate. We can't always knock how people communicate. But you can see with Cameron and Brittney that their love was also genuine. So good to see that. And like you said, communication is key. Gigi also says, we know you over there listening, Gigi. We also got Salsa Rita hearing us over there, Bebe in the chat room, and a couple of other guests joining in with us tonight, and a couple of them who are hiding but still listening in. But, yeah, communication is key, and Gigi does mention it. You also mention it. So, yeah, communicate, people. Communicate. Why are you so quiet over there, Dia? Wake up, girl.
I'm awake. I am actually awake. Coffee kicked in about 45 minutes ago.
Oh, Lord. Y'all hold your seat because it's about to get busy. We know when Twitchy gets that coffee, we'll be like, huh? Slow it down.
What's up?
Again, the number is 347-202-0388, 347-202-0388. In this half of the show, we're going to be talking about giving without expecting in return. Giving without expecting in return. Girl, go on to say, start it out, because I'm right here with you. Go ahead.
I honestly think the hardest thing for people to do is to give without expecting in return. Mainly because we all have expectations, and that's the problem. We have expectations for other people that majority of times they don't know the expectations we have for them, so they never have a chance to actually meet them because we don't tell them. They never even agreed to them because they don't know. So, giving, it's just, when you say giving without expecting, I'm going to have to bring it back to self. In order to give without expecting, you have to know yourself. You have to know what you want to give, what you not want to give. And you have to know why, the true reason that you're giving it. Like, are you giving from your excess or are you giving from your lack? Because if you're giving from your lack, then you're already giving for expectations. If you're giving from excess,
Go ahead, say that again, girl.
If you're giving from your lack, then you are giving from your expectations. And
okay.
Let me break this down, because we all heard you have to give to receive, and that is true, but it doesn't work the way that we think it works. So what you do is let's say let's go for the easiest one. Everybody's looking for love. Everybody's looking for somebody to love them. So you dress up to attract this person because you don't feel cute. You go to a certain type of area to meet people because you feel as though in the area that you're most comfortable in, you won't be able to meet anybody there. Well, now you're already operating in lack, and you're going to these places in expectation. So as soon as you get there, one, most of the time, no matter how many compliments or how much you get back is never enough, because you're going to get compliments. You get compliments for your outfit, but because it didn't really come from within, it came from a place of lack and not from a place of abundance, you can't accept it anyway. So your expectations seem to be higher. It's never enough. It's never enough. It's never enough. You meet a guy in this area from your place of lack, but because you met him from a place of lack, he's not going to be able to give you what you need in order to be abundant. He's only going to be able to give you more lack, because like attracts like, period. And I don't mean on the physical level. On the physical level, opposites attract. But when you go into the spiritual level, like attracts like. When you go on the energy level, at a metaphysical level, like attracts like. If you're operating out of a place of lack, you're only going to attract more things that are going to make you feel lack, or even worse than the lack that you're already in. So you have to learn how to give out abundance. How do you learn how to give from abundance? You have to know yourself. You have to know what makes you happy. But I don't want to get too far into that right now. Shining with you have to say on it.
Girl, I'm still on what you said. Dadgummit, you. I'm sitting here, reevaluating myself, evaluating myself like, wow, do I go to places expecting? Because, seriously, that's what we tend to do as females. We're going to, let's be real, some women go to church because what is it they say? You're going to find you a good man in church. Then sometimes we go to school because we hear people say they were engaged or they found them a good educated man in school, in university. And then when they graduated, they got married. Then there's other places going to the club. And if you're going to these places, you're expecting a return, and you'll always be empty. Nothing will ever satisfy you because you don't know who you are. Dadgummit, you dear. Dang.
Wait, let me use. I want to use the school one. The school one was a good example. Okay, you sign up for these particular classes. You don't really care about the classes, but you hear all the cute guys are in there, or all the guys with money are in this class. Okay, now the thing is, you're walking into there from your lack expecting something. So you hook up with this guy, but here's the number one problem. This guy likes this class. So now you're already operating in lack because he's not paying attention to anything you say, and you're ignoring what he says. So therefore, you're not getting anything out of it because you was never truly in it for you in the first place. You was in it for lack, expecting him to give you something. But he can't give you what he does not have. And what he has is not really what you want. He has, if it's a math class, obviously what he's going to talk about is math. What he loves is math. Or whatever he's going into deals with math. And you're taking it just for him. Okay, most of your conversations are going to be math. At what point does that fulfill any part of you, any of your hobbies, any of your likes, any of your obligations in your future life? At what point does that fill a lack? It doesn't. It creates a bigger hole because now you have to refill up because that's going to tear you down in some type of way, especially when you start talking about your likes and he don't care. And then, like most women, you'll say it's him and not you. When you knew from the beginning this was who he was, but you hid your true self based on your lack expecting. And now you're getting beat down more and beat down more and beat down more, and you done forgot who the hell you was in the first place, and now you're totally void of self, and you wonder why your whole life is spiraling out of control. This is what I mean by when you operate from lack, you're only going to attract lack. When she say learning how to give without expectations, the only time you expect something is when you operate from a place of lack. Period. Ooh. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm above it. We all do it to some extent. We all do it to some degree. But at some point, we have to acknowledge that. And at some point, just like the couple was on here, if you need something to fill your lack, you also need to communicate to make sure before you go into any type of agreement, mystical, physical, or spiritual, that person can fulfill your lack. Or if they do not have the keys, that person is willing to fill in the gap and say, I'm going to work with you on this. If you don't communicate, you will always be in lack, and you cannot expect everybody to fill the void. And if you have too many other people filling the void, they're filling their void in you, meaning you still don't know who you are, so you are still lacking self, the number one key you need to do anything in life if you're going to be happy.
Okay, now, see, y'all know normally I got stuff to say. I'm sitting here like floored because I was dealing with a situation like this today with myself. And Dear, you better go on. This is a time where you need to wake up and let 3 cups of coffee fill you up because somebody else needs to hear this too, but I know I definitely need to hear this. 347-202-0388. 347-202-0388. Press the number 1 at any time. And this is my press number 1 right here, Dia. Okay, so here's my question. Y'all get to see us interact and how she talks to me now. This is real life, for real, y'all. This is real life.
Okay, so I get to go through. That's all I need. Go ahead.
Well, you already know I know how to handle you. I'll shut up and be mad for a minute, but
that's not the point. The point is other people don't really see how we truly interact when we're talking and we're communicating and we're helping each other get over issues. Other people don't really see that. So I get
right.
The show. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you get the show. Okay, so when you said that when a female is doing, and I kind of put a post about this today because, you know, this whole issue that's been bugging me about how black men view black women. And it was Bakari. He said something, you know, big up to you, Bakari, on the East Coast there, Mr. Sergeant, Army Drill Sergeant dude. But he said something in regards to, you know, if a woman is always trying to find something to please a man, she doesn't know who she is in general. So with that being said, of course she's lacking somewhere. Yes, I'm lacking somewhere, people. You said something a second ago, Dia, where she needs to reevaluate. Bump it. I need to reevaluate what? Come on, tell me again.
Reevaluate who you are at the core. What's your purpose? What are you sent here to do? Reevaluate that. And then when you operate in that, you'll be able to give out of your abundance without expectation. Reevaluate the things that you're doing. Reevaluate, because everybody does things, but everybody has a true hidden reason why they're truly doing things. Reevaluate that. And I want to give an example. Though, from your post because I cut my piece on that post for a reason. Because I was totally in disagreement of that post.
I knew you were.
You said, which is true, that shoes were made by men for men, and then through history, women started wearing them. And then, but the whole purpose of the post was to blame the men making stuff, and then giving it to women to fix the problem. First of all, whose fault is it that they allowed somebody else to solve a problem they didn't have? Second of all, as a woman, when did you lose touch with the earth thinking that you needed something other than the ground that you walk on, the dirt that's on the ground that Mother Earth gave you to connect with it, that you needed an intermediate, a shoe, before you could connect and make you feel like you're somebody? And you can take that any way you want. That's spiritual and religious. Figure it out. Just get it later. At what point that's where the lack comes in. Before you can sit there and blame anybody else, your lack comes from your thoughts. That's one. Your thoughts dictate your perception creates your future, period. So no matter what happens to you, you can't control that. You can control how you think about it. You can control how you're going to live your day-to-day life based on it, and which will also control your future, which will also show you exactly what's going on. If you're operating sane, your man left you, whatever, and now you're talking to what most women say, all men ain't shit. Okay. Now you're operating from a place of lack because you're looking for a man to fulfill you. First of all, if you truly believe all men ain't shit, why aren't you gay? Because if you're looking for a man and saying that, you're attracting lack too. You're attracting the thing that you don't want. You're attracting feces to you by the words and by your thoughts. So you're operating out of a place of lack. And then when you find this man and you realize this man ain't shit and he's not giving you anything that you need, and now to say the worst thing that most people don't want to look at was he ain't shit and he's with me, what does he see in me? Shit. That's what he sees in you. The same thing. That's why he treats you like shit. That's exactly why he treats you the way he does. Because that's what he sees. Lack will only attract lack. As far as, I'm not sure where you wanted me to go, because you go too deep when you asked me the question, so I wasn't sure how deep to go. But the main thing is reevaluate what you do, how you do it, the purpose you're doing it for. What is the real reason why you're doing it?
Well, I know the real reason why I put that post out there, and it really wasn't because of, but when I did hear the response from Bakari, I was thinking, I was like, you know what, let me get back to this, because I could tell some people were reading it, especially you, because I feel how, you know, I feel when you read stuff and you get angry. But but it was, I even had an ulterior motive when I put that post up, because, you know, I'm seeing all this stuff, and you know, the guys, let me just give a little bit about, Dia mentioned the shoes. You know, guys talk about women wearing shoes. They talk about, high heels. They talk about them being prostitutes or whatever. They talk about them wearing weaves. They talk about them wearing contacts. And they talk about them wearing G-strings. They talk about them being fat. They talk about them being skinny. All of these things. And it's because, you know, I'm getting inboxes from women who are asking the question, you know, well, where do I turn to? You know, if the man is supposed to be my head. Now, hearing what Dia is saying is basically, I'm just going to say it like this. For single women such as myself, there is a point where we do have to be the head and the submissive. Not to the point to where we're overly the head. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying, Dia? Basically, what I'm getting. Okay. Is that women have to be whole. Women have to be whole. And see, I was trying not to go to the left and right side of the brain, but women have to be whole, meaning we don't just focus on the creative side of who we are as individuals. We also have to connect that logical side to who we are as individuals. I'm overly creative. Dia knows this. Some of y'all don't know this. And sometimes I do talk like I'm logical, and sometimes I am. However, that creative side, I'm overly creative. That creative side is extremely feminine. And it gets to the point to where I overthink things, and I overthink relationships, and I try to make relationships work when I don't have a full relationship with myself.
There you go.
And it's not being whole or complete, as she's saying. And if I'm lacking the logical side within me, and I'm just always being creative, I'm going to attract a lack, which is what she just said. I'm going to attract a man only seeing me for one little worth. Well, she's creative with the way she writes or talks, or she's creative with how she acts like she's a prude, but she's actually a little horny toad. She's creative, you know what I'm saying? I could throw out the idea of my I don't know why I'm about to say this. I could throw out the idea of my bag that I have. My Crown Royal bag. If you don't know about the Crown Royal bag, and if you haven't listened to any of our shows, the Crown Royal bag is a bag of tricks. And you know, the cooking and trying to find ways to be attracted to me and all of this other stuff. But if I'm not attracted to me, nobody's going to want me the full me because I'm not giving them the full me. I'm only giving them a portion of who I am. So I can't be upset when they don't give full attention because I'm not giving full Shani. Correct?
Kinda. You can't be upset when they don't give you attention because you're not giving yourself full attention. You talked about submitting. You can't submit to anybody else until you submit to self first. Period. If you don't submit to yourself first, there's no way in the world you can submit to anything else, truly. At all. It doesn't work. And you also talk about men being the head. Okay, if men are the head, who's the brain? Who's the spinal cord? Who's the pineal gland? There's things inside the head that you don't see. Who's the neck that's turning the head? Who's the spinal column that's sending up energy to the head so it can do whatever the hell it needs to do? That is the woman. So, yes, they may be the head, but that is just the shell. The woman is everything inside of it, making sure everything works without him even knowing it. And if you're a true woman and good at your job, he don't know it's you, but he knows that you are the one backing him. He don't even realize everything that you're doing, but he does know you're the one backing him, and he gives you credit for that. You don't know. People don't understand the true power and submission. All they hear is cooking, cleaning, and think Aunt Jemima. Okay, well, when you want to go back to being a woman, if you want to go back to being a woman, first of all, we talked last week about the difference between a lady and a woman. Mind you, the lady didn't cook and clean, so she didn't understand the power in it. But, which is ironic because everything she needed to go to her cook, her nursemaid, her ladies of waiting, everybody that did everything for her. She needed to go to them before anything can get done. But anyway, when you go to the woman knows that when she's cleaning, regardless of your spiritual systems, you either say in prayers, incantations, affirmations, meditations, whatever. So you set the energy and the tone for the house as you clean the house. This lets you know as soon as the wrong energy walks through the door, or most of the time before the wrong energy gets to the door, you can already feel it. When you're cooking, you're doing the same thing, incantations, prayers, affirmations, meditations, depending on your spiritual system. You're doing this, putting this in your food. And I'm not even talking about getting down cooking from scratch like I'm just talking about microwaving the plate. You can do that too, over there. Mm-hmm. You understand your thoughts. You're gathering things in preparation instead of just looking on what you can get for yourself to look good just for those 1 hour, 1 or 2, 3 hours of the next day. You're gathering things in preparation for your family. These are tools for one. When you submit to yourself, first thing you're going to do is not put anything in your body that you don't feel is going to help you in some way, shape, or form. That's first submission to yourself. Two, you're not going to associate with people or go places. You start separating yourself from people, places, things, music, TV shows, and other things that do not support the lifestyle you want to be in because you understand all the different spiritual gates.
Your phone going in and out, girl. Two, you don't support music, places, or things. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
You don't associate with people, person, places, or things because you understand spiritual gates need to be protected. So this is not the lifestyle you want. You're not going to expose yourself to it, but so much, if not at all.
Right. And we also have, we got a 3. Go ahead. I'm sorry, because I was going to say we got a caller, too. Go ahead.
Once you do that, now you have to put yourself on isolation. In isolation is where the deep work comes. That's where you start dealing with lack. Everything else was just entertainment to keep you outside of yourself. Now you start to deal with the lack that's in you. You start asking your questions of who, what, where, and why. And the most important question that everybody hates when I ask them, because I am the why person. Why this? Why that? Why? Because that will get you to the core. And when you get to the core, you realize it's not the other person, it's you. And I'm going to be totally transparent. I was raised when I was a teen. I'm able to speak about it now because I have grown above it. Even though he raped me, he was totally wrong for that. I controlled how I felt about it after. I controlled my self-worth after. Not him. I controlled my self-worth. That seems crazy, but obviously he saw something in me that he wanted, and he thought to go and give it, so he decided to take it. When you look at it that way, you realize there's something in you that others want. I control that. I control the level how that stays in me. Me, no one else. Me. I control whether the next day I let her mentally rape me again about replaying the situation over and over and over in my head. I control the situation again and how that affects me by when I tell the next person, do I tell them for a place of pain or for a place of healing to help them heal? I control that. No one else but me. When you start doing that, you start healing. So now, not only are you no longer lacking, but you're working from a place of abundance. So out of your abundance, you can see the hurt in the next person, and you can look at them and talk to them and help them open up when they're not able to open up themselves. That comes from a place of abundance, not lack. You can't see nothing else but what you want or what you expect when you're in lack. But you can see a whole lot of things when you're in abundance. You can see the pain of others. You can see what you can give to others. You can see how you can help others. You can even see situations before they come your way and say, nope, boop, I ain't dealing with that. Bye. That comes from a place of abundance and knowing who you are. But, oh, Lord, that's W. Let's just get the W.
Hold on, just a second. But you know what? You're right. And see, even with myself, y'all, even with the things that I do know, I still fall. And to hear her say that is a good thing for me to listen to. So it's okay, even if you think you know just about everything and you don't know really crap, it's okay to listen and take the advice of somebody who can be on the outside and tell you which way you need to go, because they are now that vessel in telling you what you need to hear. And I really did need to hear that today. Again, the number is 347-202-0388. We got somebody here also from the Women's Network, WB. What's up, W? How you doing?
What's up? I am great. What I miss? What's y'all talking about? What's going on?
See, first of all, I'm going to need for you to call into the show when you know what's going on.
I was watching the Heat get their ass whooped. I'm sorry.
Why did you even call in? Oh my goodness, why?
I don't know.
I'm trying to show support for my sister, so I was giving y'all a call to see what the hell was going on. And I think I heard Dia back here going through her English spiel with nouns and pronouns and adverbs and pronoun indices and shit about who, what, when, where, why. So I just want to throw in my 3 pennies because I found one, so I don't have 2 cents no more. So what's up? What we talking about?
For those who don't know who this voice is,
that would be me.
That's W, and he is on every Thursday night with Gigi on Sex Let's Make It Better. Eventually, Gigi will call in with her in and out telephone, but or Skype.
You know, sometime with G actually.
Oh man, Gigi, I know you hear. I know you here, and we getting you, girl. You better call in.
She be on there like she Biz Markie.
But the topic is, you fool, is do you give without expecting in return? And
that's how it should be.
It should be.
That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and why so?
Well, look at it like this. And I'm probably the last person that you would think would take something to a spiritual level.
Mm-hmm.
You never do something from the goodness of your heart expecting a blessing back. Either you're going to do it or you're not. If you care about somebody in a relationship and they're struggling, you want to do something for them nice, do something for them nice without expecting anything in return. Number one is selfish. Number two, when you expect to get something back and you don't get it back, it causes a bigger problem because now you're frustrated that it wasn't reciprocated, and you're disappointed. And then you have resentment in that relationship. So don't expect to get anything back. Do it from the heart or don't do it at all.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Do you think a lot of females do that though? Do you see? I mean, you know, you see a lot of females out there in the world.
No,
I mean, not like that.
No, they don't. No, that's why we have. So? No, they don't. That's why you have so much issues when it comes to Mother's Day, birthdays, Christmas anniversary, Valentine's Day. I mean, some of it is just how some people are raised. Some of it is commercial. You know what time of year it is depending on the commercial that's on TV. Because from Christmas to February, you see nothing like jewelry store commercials. Now, when Father's Day come around, what the fuck you see? Home Depot. And that's because they want you to go and they're going to get you a lawnmower so you can cut the goddamn grass all the time.
To do something again for the wife.
You know, we get weed eaters and y'all get diamond necklaces and shit. But, no, seriously.
I know.
I tell you like this. I was with a chick for 3 years. We were engaged and all of that, and she was one of those violent types that if she couldn't get her way, she felt like she had to fight. So we broke up. I bought her this gift set. We broke up right before Christmas. I gave her the gift set. I wasn't expecting anything in return. I didn't really care if we were done. She went to Walmart and bought me a flannel jacket. So I'm looking at it like, really? Everything that I did for you, and you get me a flannel jacket? You know, you think about it, and that's when, I just started to realize I can't do anything for anybody expecting anything in return because they may not be on my same level. But you just don't do that, and, you go back and I got you so-and-so for Valentine's Day last year. You didn't get me. Man, forget that. If you love someone, if you're with them, treat them like every day, like it's 365 holidays. You won't have that problem. It can be simple.
It doesn't have to be.
It could be running bath water. It could be washing the car. It can be let me take little dude out so you can get you some rest. It can be that. It can be simple stuff that doesn't even cost money.
And see, that was going to be my question. Does it have to be monetary? But no, you answered it. It could be the simplest of things.
Really kind of.
No, it doesn't have to be that. You don't have to spend money. You don't have to put a value. Some of the most valuable things don't cost penny.
It could even be a listening ear. See that, y'all?
It can be that. It can just be a text message at the middle of the day, like at 11:37 in the morning, say, I love you. It might make somebody's day.
Oh.
Or you can you can just inbox somebody maybe and say, I want to skeet on your glasses. And that might
You know what?
I know it was coming.
I knew it was, too. I knew it. He can't be good for a minute. I was timing it. I didn't know what was going to happen.
I was very good.
Yes.
But you shouldn't have put that profile picture up there. I told you it was nice and sexy, and it made me hungry. So I called in to get some gumbo. So like Bernie Mac said, here I am, motherfuckers. Here I am. You motherfuckers are going to sit up here and go and not talk to me. Shit. I'm juicy fruit. Here I am, motherfuckers.
You so country. Oh, wow. Anybody who's in the chat room or on the line, because we see a lot of people here in the line as well, 347-202-0388. Press the number 1 at any time.
I ain't going nowhere either. Don't try to cut me off. I ain't going nowhere. I'm enjoying the show for the night. Pick me a plate and give me some of that grape Kool-Aid and put it in one of the mason jars.
As long as you didn't say purple. Don't say purple.
Girl. Again, 347-202. 347-202-0388. We just wait for Gigi to call in now. We wait for her to call in.
You ain't gonna hear her no way.
Gigi, don't let this man do that to you. Don't let him do that to you. You better use a friend phone or something. Don't let this fool do that to you.
They'll get with them straight talks.
Ooh, $45.99. You know what, though? I really do appreciate this here because last week we had 4 of us. We had Jade and Gigi, Dia and myself, and then tonight we have W. WFMB. Before we even go any further, how can people find you? And please don't give out your Tumblr page. Don't do it.
Okay, I won't do what's the Tumblr page. Simply put, you can find me in Sex Let's Make It Better on Facebook. That's WDUBYAFNEFFINBBEE. Basically, those are my initials. All the letters just spelled out.
I know his real name, y'all. I know his government name. But you're also, you're selling something, too. We support entrepreneurs. What do you sell?
I have undertaken a business venture where I am selling sports jerseys, professional jerseys, NBA, Major League Baseball, NCAA, your funky Dallas Cowboys jersey, your Miami Human jersey because they're not that high. We're after tonight. But no, I do Major League Baseball, their NBA, NFL, college, they're stitched. It's not the screen print jerseys that you may get with, like, the plastic letters. So with these jerseys, you can wash them. You can hang them up. If the stitching starts to come out, hey, get your seamstress, sew it right back on, keep going. Just put it in the washer, take it out, let it air dry, knock a couple of wrinkles out, keep going. $60. That's it. It's the original stuff. Same thing you see on TV, Nike, Mitchell & Ness, the throwback jerseys. I'm probably going to see if I can venture off into the hats, maybe some shoes, things like that. But, yeah, that's what I got. I have PayPal account set up, and I'll try to post something online just in case if someone has any questions about it. So, get at me, support black business, help a brother out, all that good stuff. But we ain't talking about me. Let's get back to the show. I appreciate the look out, though, Shawty.
Wow, of course. We always got to give you a hookup here, man, at the Gumbo Cafe. We also got another caller. Again, $60, that's not bad, especially for a throwback, because I've seen a couple of them online that are a lot more. So you guys check him out. That's WFMB. Facebook, apparently he doesn't have a website, so we got to get that going for you. Anyway.
He's working on the website right now. I just have to give him all the photos of the merchandise that I can get. He's going to put it together. We're going to link the color scheme and all that stuff, come up with a name. Should be going within the next month. So stay tuned. I have you up on that, too.
Okay, and if you have a commercial, we'll play it on the show.
For free. So that's the beauty of it. They got to pay for it.
You know what? We got somebody else here on the line. 319-610. I think I know who this is, but just in case, I ain't going to embarrass you and say your name like I did the last time. What's your name and where you calling from?
You already know who it is. You can say my name at any time, baby.
These chicks ain't loyal. They ain't loyal.
We got Michael on the line. We got the brothers in the house tonight. This is Michael from the Shy. What's going on, Michael?
A whole lot of good. I just pretty much I'm listening to the conversation tonight, and I just say keep it simple. I mean it's pretty much going off of what I don't know who it was, but yes, just give to yourself. And give to yourself first, and then going off to it. What's up?
See, my expectations is messing up because I assumed you knew my name.
Oh, what was that?
She thought you knew her name.
My name, man. That was a great lesson right there. I was working.
Oh, he just
said
it.
You do know it. What the hell?
Gotcha. All right.
No,
so, yeah,
you just second fiddle. Shawty's the primary thing on this conversation.
Uh-oh. Oh. Anyway, go ahead, Michael. Say what you need to say.
Wait. She's the single one. I expect that. She's the one that's single.
You heard it, Hey, Jessica, look, just because you single and married don't mean you ain't desirable, no. Shit.
No, I'm not the one. I am not going to be desired. I'm too ignorant for that.
Oh, Lord. Let the man say what he needs to say. Go ahead, Michael.
No, I was just saying.
Let her man say what he got to say.
I also think I think it's important to to give to yourself first, because if you're just like overly altruistic, or you constantly trying to be the rescuer or the savior, then you're gonna end up having problems. And then too, kind of what W was talking about, give out of inspiration. Whenever you give, and it's like just a bunch of negative energy behind the giving, it's like you setting yourself up for disaster. And so, with me, I'm just gonna keep it short and simple. Do your best to make sure you're giving. You give it to yourself, and when it does come time to give to others or serve others, make sure that you feel you really inspired to do it, because if you're not, you're gonna always have that feeling of poverty behind you. It's just I didn't come up with this stuff. That's just the way it's gonna go down, and you're gonna always be I ain't gonna say always, but most of the time you're gonna always be feeling bad, whatever that kind of energy is. So that's pretty much what my take on what you guys are talking about tonight.
And somebody over there, Sarita, is saying, "Yo, voice, boy." I guess you don't want Barry White on her, so she's feeling some type of way. She over there feeling some type of way. Now, Doug, because Mike just brought up something. He said that sometimes men, dudes do it wanting to save somebody in the situation. Do you see a lot of guys doing that? I know you're not the type.
I currently not too much where I'm at in my life now, but I have seen it in my time, being back in college or whatever, and I do kind of feel like a lot of adult men that I know kind of like preach that, and I just totally don't agree with it. And it comes from a sense of I guess to me it comes from the programming that I know a lot of the men that that I know of. It comes from the programming that basically says that you're supposed to I guess when it comes to relationships with women in any type, you're supposed to always give, and all this other stuff, all this other, I feel like, junk that's supposed to be attached to us as men. But anyway, I do, or I have seen that, Shawnee, and I just kind of really just have to learn from it. I don't really like to judge it or label it anymore, because that doesn't really solve the problem. But just to answer your question, yes, I do. Yes, I have seen it, and it's just I kind of shrug my shoulders on it.
Okay. And W, the same question for you too. Do you see guys who are out there that try to save women and get them confused in situations?
Hold on, now, Shawnee, hold on.
I said W. What's up, Michael?
No, I was trying to figure out the context you were putting it in. Are you talking about like in the
save a hoe? That's what I'm talking about.
Context. Yeah, I do. Go ahead, W.
You sure?
We have myself open for that one.
I see it all the time, and I think about it as different reasons that I see it. One reason it could be that guy is feeling some type of insecurity. Maybe he's had bad relationships in the past or whatever. So if he helps someone that is down on their luck, maybe he's searching for some type of loyalty, and it's almost in a sense you're trying to buy loyalty, buy love, buy faithfulness, because you helped this woman out when she was down on her luck, and you're expecting her to just be faithful to you or be loyal basically you did, like I said, you did something expecting a different result. Or you just see guys that basically just doing it to get some. I've seen one of those too. But when you do that, you run that risk of, if it's a man or a woman could try to save a guy too. You run that risk of that person developing a big head, and they forget where they were, how down in the dumps they were. Once you put them, in that $1 billion house, whatever, you put them in that Range Rover when they were just driving that Toyota Tercel. They forget where the fuck they came from. Excuse my language, but that's just the truth. It's kind of like when you get divorced, they say so-and-so, the life that I'm accustomed to now, you have to deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah, and you definitely don't really want to be that guy that has that reputation. You could basically, you don't have to really do nothing to earn the privileges, that he give out. With him, it could be your right, or you entitled to it. And a lot of times, what really doesn't get mentioned is that the guy, or as Debbie does talk about, because women do the same. Women do the same thing. They bring it upon themselves, and when you do that, you rob the person of dignity, responsibility, accountability, and productivity, and that is a recipe for a relationship disaster.
So the suffix for this morning is ITY.
Relationship ability, accountability, people ability. No, let me quit. I'm just making up.
We're gonna go to New York City and.
But I get what he's saying. I do get it. Yeah, I get what he's saying, and this is good. And like Gigi said, the fellas are auditioning some tonight, and you guys are. We appreciate that you guys have called in and gave us a little bit of inspiration right now. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break, and once we get back, we're going to continue the conversation. You guys going to stay with us?
I'm here.
Okay, y'all better. If not, I know where you live. I know where both of y'all live. Anyway, take us to commercial, and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's wlll, and I just want to let you guys know that my new EP, Pieces of Me, is set to release June 19th. So make sure you check it out.
I remember when I almost lost my mind, almost went right out of bed. I know happy endings aren't hard to find. These are suits on mine, trying to find the end of the rainbow. We are not so innocent. We can be so ignorant and be so afraid to say how we feel. So we stray far from what's real. But I never meant to say nothing at all. Yes, I apologize for knowing the break, still letting us go. I let it slip away. I let it slip away. Love is not supposed to be a painful thing. Why am I hurting? How do I make sense of it? There's a lion and there is reality. Where are you living? Love is not insensitive. I am so damn over this. Gotta go, I'm serious. but it's been real. But I never meant to say nothing at all. Yes, I apologize for knowing the break, still letting us fall. I let it slip away. I let it slip away.
Welcome back to the Gumbo Cafe, 347-202-0388, 347-202-0388. We're going to go into a little bit of overtime. You guys have 19 minutes to call in. We got on the line with us, of course, tonight, WFB, and, of course, Michael Weston, chilling with the ladies here tonight at the Gumbo Cafe. They some cut up for real. That, of course, was Lavina Lai. You guys know that we support her here. She has a release coming out on the 19th. Let me tell you, I got a copy of the EP in advance, and when I tell you I love that album, I love it. I sent a copy over to Dia along with someone else, of course, with their permission. So be sure to look out for her chiming in to the Gumbo Cafe real soon. And we also have a couple of other guests that are going to be coming on. I mean, I'm telling you, this summer is going to be hot. When I say it's going to be hot here at the Gumbo, baby, we got some spice up in here that y'all ain't even expecting. We work it. Baby, we know how to cook in this kitchen. What y'all got? Go on and give us something else to put up in the Gumbo right quick. I'm talking to y'all two fools.
I don't know what she was talking about. I'm sitting up here like, hey, that's women work. Y'all go ahead and cook.
See, I knew it. He just want a plate.
No. Like I said, bring me the plate. I even take it back in the kitchen when I'm through. So I wash the dish. That's called compromise. You know what I'm saying?
I like compromises. We love compromises here. Now, of course, we had that first part of the topic, but there was something else that was going on. You know, I saw people on Facebook. First, I got to talk about it. I tagged it in it because I know what she feels about women and breastfeeding. But what do y'all think about the girl on graduation day from high school breastfeeding her baby in that picture? Have y'all seen it?
I've seen it. I didn't know if it was high school or not, but it's college, so I didn't know which one it was. Either way, the breastfeeding thing is, you know, it's natural or whatever. I'm not knocking that. If the baby's hungry, the baby's hungry. Mm-hmm. I just don't know if I can go for someone snapping the picture of it and you posing.
Exactly.
That's when it starts to approach borderline child pornography.
He said pornography deal. What you got to say, girl?
That was my main issue with it. The breastfeeding obviously is not an issue for me. You know, that's what breasts are for. They're for to nurture the child. My issue was who took the picture and why the hell. Shut up, W. My issue was who was the retard that took the picture and why was the retard smiling? Like that's something that at the moment. That's something that when you take a picture like that, it's supposed to make a statement. It's supposed to be graceful. Like what the hell? Just why? I didn't get that. Then on top of it, she's standing there. I'm serious. Then on top of it, she's just standing there, not even supporting the baby correctly while she's breastfeeding. Who taught this child? That part, it wasn't breastfeeding. It was all the things that led up to the picture that aggravated the hell out of me.
I'm still on where's the baby towel? I mean, where's the cover of the blanket? You know what I'm saying, to cover it up. That was just too much exposure for me, especially on grad. What was her point in trying to prove that? Like, I got a baby and I graduated. Here's my titty. I mean, you know what? It didn't make sense.
You know what?
To me.
I said I should think that. I don't think she was thinking, hey, I got a baby, I could breastfeed, woohoo. That was not something that was an educated picture or thought behind it. That was, hey, I'm graduating, smile, click. That was not something that was, fully thought through with that picture. You can tell by the way she's holding the baby that that's not fully thought through. No, not at all. No.
Okay, what about this other thing with Halle Berry having to pay child support now? I've seen a couple of women come out the woodwork saying, I don't think it's fair.
Bullshit. That's bullshit. That is bullshit.
Why the hell it ain't fair? Who said that? What is it?
There's been some women out there who are saying it's not fair.
Them bitches probably the biggest child support system hustlers. Fuck that. Fuck that bullshit.
Oh, damn, the education just smooth left you on that one. There was no difference to you at all on that one. Fuck that bitch shit. Fuck her. That bitch can suck dick. Fuck her.
Really?
You was all itties before and everything, all nice spoken and everything. Oh, woo, shit, they touch the nerve with you. Shit. I look at it like this, though. And so here's my thing. I've always said this. Shawnee, let's say you and I both walk into a corporate business office and they're looking to hire a receptionist. Let's say they have a front desk position and they have someone that they need to hire for the warehouse. Who are they going to put in the warehouse between you and me?
You.
And the reason they're going to put me in there is because, he's a man. Fuck the idea that I can type 60 words a minute. Fuck the idea that I know how to work a computer. We want the woman up front. And women always scream, this is not an indictment on women, this is just some women, how they always jump aboard this equal rights shit. We deserve to make the same thing as men. We should have the same job as men. Okay. Your ass should get served child support just like men do too. Shut the fuck up. This is the rules of the game that you wanted to play in. So play the game. You got to deal with the wins and the losses. So, Halle Berry, go make another movie. Your crazy ass pay child support, and that's it.
I mean, it's not hard. It's not really that hard. It's just a simple question. Who has custody of the child? Okay, he do. Shut the fuck up and pay child support. It ain't that hard.
They got joint custody, but she's the one that's working.
Okay, there you go.
She should have moved to TLC. She shouldn't have fucked the scrub. Next question.
Expectations. He got used to being accustomed to certain things. They had a child. The child's accustomed to certain things. They divorced or whatever. She's the one that's still working. She got to pay. There you go. Mess around with expectations. She should have worked on herself before she got married to somebody who was expecting nothing but money.
Exactly. Stop making X-Men movies. You won't have to pay child support. You can get child support.
Oh, man. I don't have another. Did you see something that was in the news lately? Those were the two things that was getting under my skin, was the picture and Halle Berry and the woman getting upset because Halle Berry got to pay. Personally, she needs to pay. I mean, especially if she has a TV show that's about to come on NBC, which probably is going to be a flop because it really didn't look like it was interesting. But she needs to pay. And she's the one that screwed up in the relationship. Remember, she cheated on her husband, who now has full or not joint custody of the child. So let her pay. She did the deed. She needs to pay. She's working. She needs to pay. That's my bottom line.
Time out. Wait a minute. Hold up. She cheated on
her.
You
expect her?
No. I'm just saying she cheated on her husband. What was her issue with Eric Benet again? Told you. That bitch is crazy. Ain't nobody that damn fine, that damn sexy can't keep a man. This whole her motherfucking cerebellum and her frontal lobes and her endorphin levels and shit. That shit ain't right, man. Her electrodes ain't firing, man. Look, she got a ground wire loose.
You said the engine don't crank correctly. Oh, Lord.
She got a ground wire loose.
On that note, 347-202-0388. You got about 10 minutes to get on this because we are going into overtime for a little bit.
If Dia will allow me to interrupt and answer the question that Shawnee asked about what might be grinding someone's gears, you know me, I got to drop in on this sports thing. Y'all talked about Donald Sterling going back saying I think I want to sue the NBA now?
Ooh, see, I did see that. I haven't read anything else on it, but didn't the wife sell the wife went ahead and was going to go ahead and sell the team, right?
He gave her permission to do whatever the hell she wanted to do with the team, basically. She sold it to this cat for like $2 billion. Donald Sterling ass was rude, incompetent, and, basically senile. Then he ups and turns around and says, I'm trying to block this and I want to sue the NBA again. So his wife is trying to go. They have some type of motion or something that's supposed to go to court tomorrow morning about the expedited sale of the team or whatever. But my thing is this: I don't know. I said it before. I say it again. I don't understand. I understand both sides of it, but I don't understand how you could be upset that the man is obviously a racist. He's paying you. But you always been pimped out when you were in college, high school, and the pros to make money just to play ball. Because that's why you went to Duke, Wake Forest, North Carolina, whatever, rather than going to a school that might have your best interest at heart as a black man to teach you some shit. And you can't say that you can't get into the NBA by going to a black school, because Avery Johnson with the Southern, he played 15 years and has an NBA championship. Lindsey Hunter went to Jackson State. You can't sit up there and say that same shit anymore. So you can't be totally mad. I understand where you're coming from saying I don't want to play for a racist, but hell, who's not racist? Mark Cuban owns the Dallas Mavericks, and he said some of the most racist shit on earth. We're all prejudiced. Even when you sit there, I don't want to live in that neighborhood. Too many Mexicans over there. A Mexican might not have done anything to you, but it's just ingrained in you.
Ooh, we even prejudiced against our own, to tell you the truth.
Black people are the most racist people on earth. We hate everybody, and a lot of us think that we should have all type of reparations and they're given to us simply because of, shit that our ancestors been through. And compared to what they've been through, hell, we already got enough anyway. We had to we had to write letters and y'all got cell phones and shit.
You know what? Extra committed.
I love you, Sophia. That's all I'm saying.
I'm saying, man. 7 minutes to call in, 347-202-0388. We'll have a little bit more of the rant, but, I'm kind of, the thing with the reparations was nobody claimed they were African American prior to the word reparations. Everybody was, I'm part Creole, I'm part Indian, I'm part French, I'm part this, I'm part that. But as soon as they heard reparations in the 80s, they was like, no, I'm all black. See, my father, my great-grandmother and grandfather, they worked on this plantation over there in Georgia. But now all of a sudden you black and you want some money. What's up with us in this money thing?
Wait, here's my question. As far as reparation, everybody wants their 40 acres and a mule. There's a lot of black people that own land that these idiots don't even know is in their family bloodline.
Right.
Like, do a little research. There's a lot of land that they already own that they don't know about that's just sitting there, and soon it'll be forgotten by generations, and then there's laws that will pass that the government can reclaim it because these idiots are not even researching and talking through their own line. See, if they knew their stuff and knew their history, they wouldn't be looking towards the government because most of them already got it, don't even know it.
God damn. Shit, take a break.
I'm gonna tell you something real quick. Two things. First of all, people, y'all have money sitting at your state and don't even know it. Go to your comptroller office or their website. Do a search to see if you have money sitting there, and I guarantee you do. That's the first thing. Check with your comptroller office in your local state. Texas is Texas State Comptroller, and you'll find that there's money sitting there for you. Guarantee you. I put the web address a long time ago. I'll probably do it again, and we'll talk about it a little bit next week. But the other thing is, Gia's talking about people who have property and they don't even know it. I'm going to tell you right here in Texas, these folks know they got property. They in California, they in New York, they in Chicago, whatever. But see, as soon as they heard that, oil is on their land, all of a sudden they want to sell it because they get this check coming in the mail saying that we want to buy your royalties. They see $30,000 check. They're going to cash it in, and then they still hollering and hooping that they don't have property. No, you sold it when you cashed the check. Then there's the other people that are losing their property for $2,000 or $1,000 in back taxes because they're all the way in the city and they're not concerned about the country. They're too concerned about the life that they have now, and they're complaining about the life that they have now instead of researching, like you're saying, and knowing that the family has heirship to something somewhere in a rural area, but they're not concerned about that. Y'all, I'm telling you, the best thing to have is property. They can't take the property away from you as long as you take care of it. You can lose your house in the city anytime, any day. I've seen that happen in the last couple of years. But if you research, you got some land somewhere here in Texas, in Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, California. They losing their property left and right. But you got property in the country. Oh, Carolinas, yes. South Carolina, North Carolina, exactly. Tennessee. Just research. Stop being lazy. Stop blaming the man and saying you want your 40 acres when you probably got 100 acres back there somewhere where your family is from. Y'all just lazy.
Well, you said the key word, research, and everybody's lazy now. So that means you got to get your ass off the computer and go and grab some books and look up some stuff because a lot of the deeds and everything like that is predating computers and the Internet. It's in books that's stuck up in places and you got to track that stuff down, do research.
But I don't get this stuff simply because of the fact that, I mean, we spent almost 500 years working for free. Like, even if they were to give us so-called reparations, I mean, are we crazy enough to think that it wouldn't come with a catch? I mean, come on, man. I mean, this is America is all I know, but for all intents and purposes, this society was set up for rich white male property owners. So I mean,
yeah, nothing comes for free. I mean, y'all talking about basketball. In NFL and NBA, if we really look at the bigger picture, they're your owners, i.e. slave owners, and there are your slaves, i.e. players. And if they get injured, what ends up happening? They throw them out, and they bring in some other young.
We bring in the next big mule. We bring in the next bull.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean,
so everything does come with a cost.
Right, the thing that I notice a lot, you guys, is that I know as black people, we tend to sometimes be a little, and I'm just saying in general, we tend to be a little delusional about the society we live in. Naturally, I think we are a communal people. We are initially we think collective. We think all, but we live in a capitalistic society. We can't, it's good into our advantage that we think that way, but we can't just forget that the real deal and where we live, called the United States of America, is capitalism, and And it could be, and if you don't have no clue of how it works, it could really kick your you know what.
See, here's the deal, like with what you're saying. If you took, I guarantee you, each one of us can come up with one thing. If you gave the average black person a choice of what to do with money that they had,
right?
You probably know, as far as a business, somebody gonna open a detail shop, somebody gonna open a salon, somebody gonna try to get a club, somebody gonna do a wing stand. No one's gonna get any no one's gonna buy any stock. No one's gonna buy any land, any property to develop it. Okay, if you want to open a wing place, how about you just buy the land and let somebody else open it, and then you can sell in the land.
Right.
Or you buy the building. They're not gonna do that. We gonna spend money on Jordans. We gonna get rims for our car. We ain't gonna pay the car insurance, but we're gonna have some bump in the trunk. We're gonna be riding on 24s. You're gonna get pulled over by the police, and you're not gonna know why the police fucking with you for just some reason. It's automatically that you're black.
Right. We got children. They still gonna be going to them sorry ass underperforming schools that they was in the first place.
But mom and dad are gonna be fresh though, and they're gonna be in the club, fresh as hell at the feds watching. The mind frame is not right. It's a slavery mind frame, and that's why the white man sit back, look, and laugh. Because I guarantee you, if Henry Ford saw what we do in the cars now, he'd be like, I would have never created motherfucking cars.
Ooh, wow.
I mean, you think about it. You think about it.
And
we supposed to be going from point A to point B. Y'all motherfuckers taking a spare tire out to put speakers in the back. And when you have a flat, you just sit on the side of the road bumping.
Why are you talking about so? Hey, I saw a documentary while I was down there in Houston. It's about 5 hours long, and it comes in parts, and it's called The Men Who Built America. And it was on the History Channel. It's also on YouTube if you really want to take 5 hours. What?
Let me guess. Don't tell me. Andrew Carnegie. The dude that did Rockefeller. The dude that did J.P. Morgan Chase.
Mhm. There's a couple of them.
Yeah.
But when you listen, Vanderbilt, exactly.
Yep.
It's a couple of them. But when you listen to their story, and see, this is what gets me about people. These men, I'm going to tell you who was it first that I saw. I think it was Vanderbilt. He, at the age of 13, bought him a boat.
Yeah.
And then turned around and bought a couple of more ships and turned around and had, he started out with cargo and stuff like that. Then it went on to the train tracks and stuff like that. They were inventive, and they found ways to see what needed to be done, and they did it without excuses. They were go-getters. We have a couple of them in the black community as well, but there's one point where we always fail. We start worrying about what everybody else is doing. We start buying those 24s. We start buying clothes and showing off our whatever it is we put our money into and not reinvesting into the business. I screwed up myself at the age of 16 when I had my first business because I was bringing in bank. But the first thing I did was like, I'm going to get some clothes. I'm going to go to California. I'm going to do this, that, and the other. And what ended up happening is that business failed. Where we mess up is we're too focused on trying to show everybody how powerful we are instead of being powerful. That's where we fail. The other thing is we always have to have too many chiefs. A wise businessman or businesswoman, however you look at it, hires people who know how to get the job done. I think if you guys don't know what Dia is a graphic designer. I could do it, but I know she could get the job done. I also have Ben Original, who is a graphic designer. He gets the job done. There's a young lady that I use as an editor who gets the job done. I could edit it, but she gets the job done. The way those men made it
And the way that we can make it is instead of trying to be in control and wasting money, is buying property, like W said, selling the property, and hiring people who we can trust, who knows how to get the job done. There was a point in time in the 50s, yes, and in the 50s and 60s, if you look at our culture, and even in the 70s, in the black community, we had property like there was no tomorrow. Think about y'all had somebody in the neighborhood called grandmother or grandfather or something like that, and you listen to their stories. They got about 5 or 6 rental houses in your neighborhood.
Yep.
Where's that now? We don't see that now because somebody want to showboat. Stop showboating and invest and put the money where it needs to go so that you can take care of generations ahead. If not, you're going to see them sitting at 1%, sitting there laughing at you. Y'all niggas ain't doing nothing but wasting our money and our time.
You know, the problem that I've seen is that you always hear people say black people broke, but yet the first thing they do is want to open a black-owned business in a black neighborhood. Well, if you know that they don't have the money, you should be putting your business in somebody else's neighborhood so you can. Huh?
She's laughing because you're telling the truth.
No, you're telling the truth. You are absolutely right because that is going to be that, and because they can't afford to patronize you or use your product or your service, then they're going to get mad. They're going to fuck it up.
Exactly. But you see, every other culture put their businesses in black neighborhoods. So why don't
that's why you have Modelos in the
win.
That's why you have Koreans in the hood. And then you won't mess their stuff up, but you'll mess up your own.
And, the one main excuse is they don't want our stuff. They don't. They don't want our stuff because they come into our neighborhood to get our stuff. They come into our neighborhood to get their hair braided. They come into the neighborhood to want to be hood and buy all the hood stuff. Put the store in their neighborhood. Don't say it's hood. Call it designer. It's just simple research and wordplay. You can put it in the neighborhood. You can say exotic braiding. And all you're doing is getting little hood braids from the neighborhood. Add a little color to it, a little twang. Hey, make it work. Like, we keep doing things. We want to put grocery stores. We want to put grocery stores in our own neighborhood for people who don't even know what real good food is because they're so used to McDonald's. Put that grocery store in somebody else's neighborhood. Let them see you working. Don't let them know you're the owner. They feel like you serving them. They're getting good groceries, and now you're bringing money back to your neighborhood. Like common sense defies some people. You know what I mean? You want to sit there and open a hair salon. Let's be honest. For people who want to sit there, open a hair salon, they want to do it in a black neighborhood. Do it in another neighborhood. Why? You still get the weaves. But the type of weave you do is different. The type of hair you do is different. It's less work on your wrists, less work on your arms, and much more money because they're willing to pay without an issue.
And they're willing, more customers will be willing to come to your location and feel safer also.
Exactly.
I have the same issue like even when I first came on, Shauna was talking about my business venture. And I don't have a store or anything. And basically what I do is I get my product wholesale, I resell it. Of course I have to turn a profit to stay in business. However, here's the deal. I'm in Atlanta, for those of you that didn't know. I went to a mall. I saw a Matt Ryan jersey, the same exact jersey that I sell for $150. But you will sit here and tell me, think $60 is too much to pay for a jersey. Or if I give you the money, I don't trust you like that. But here's the thing. If you order it from NFLshop.com, if you order it from NBAshop.com or anything like that, you're going to use PayPal, Western Union. You're going to put your credit card number in. You're still going to pay someone before you get your merchandise. It's the same thing. But yet, I go out on my own and do it, and you say, nah, blah, 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 whatever you want to give me back. It's cool. It's not a problem. Because the thing is, once I sell one jersey to someone and you see it, you're going to feel stupid about it.
Now, this is what somebody told me, and this is from Danielle Willingham, and she said, you charge low-dollar money, you're going to get low-dollar clients. You charge money to you charge the price to where you see the competition. You won't have to deal with low-budget mindsets. And when she said that, I started revamping everything that I'm doing, especially with publishing. I had to rethink all of it. I'm sitting here thinking, I want to help my peoples, but you know what? My peoples is not wanting to help me. My peoples is wanting to hustle me. But when you change your mindset and your prices, you don't have to deal with that anymore. True, they're going to call you a sellout. True, they're going to say everything else under the sun about you, but it doesn't matter. You have to survive. You have bills that you need to pay. There's no need for you to sit at the house like me sometimes, worried about my electricity being cut off or worried about how I'm going to eat or my cell phone being cut off when my cell phone is what I need to get to my clients. Change your mindset and the prices, and you won't have to worry about that anymore. Let them call you sellout. But you got to live.
Becky, you ain't got to be sitting up like that. Just let me know next time you need one of them bills paid, one of the small ones. One of the small ones.
This fool.
I was happy. I got a gas bill. That bitch said $5. I was like, shit, I'm going to send you $6.
Don't he? But yeah, it's all in our mindset and how we do things. And I did a video on YouTube and I was talking about ninjas in business. Basically, for those who do decide to open up salons, it's all about customer service. Nobody wants to sit in your shop or outside your shop for 2 hours waiting for you to show up when the time says on the door 8 o'clock from 8 to whenever open. Nobody wants to come to your shop and you set the appointment at 10 o'clock and you don't show up until 2. Do business the way it needs to be done. If you can't do business the way it needs to be done and you have a whole lot of excuses, baby, you're in the wrong line of work. Work for somebody else because you're going to lose money.
I got to go on the pick with that. With hairdressers. If you're one of the hairdressers that do not allow children in your shop, I don't expect to see yours there either, running around acting a damn fool.
Amen.
That aggravates the hell out of me.
They say no food, and yet they sitting there in their chairs smacking in your face.
Yes.
I got two. And this is right. This is my experience from a barbershop. There's two things that bother me about a barbershop. One is going to be funny, but the second is going to be deadly serious. When you go to a barbershop as a guy, it's kind of like depending on your barbershop, it's like a relaxation. So you go there, you relax, you talk about sports, talk about winning, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Somebody comes in with a kid, and whoever owns the shop or the head barber or whatever, sometimes they won't limit the conversation. They won't make it appropriate or talk in a circle where the kid can't understand. Mm-hmm. That bothers me because, and you sit there, you have a kid hearing, yeah, man, she gave me some head last night, and then he said, you never know if he's sitting here thinking about what did he mean by getting head. Mm-hmm. Everybody ain't smart like I was as a kid. I hear my mama say something, I didn't say anything about it. I'm sitting here wondering, but she means she said that shit. Mm-hmm. Number 2. And Michael can probably verify this, and this is going to be kind of funny, but it's true. Why every time you sit in a chair getting your hair cut by a barber, you always feel like you got to put his dick on your arm? I'm in the barber chair, I'm sitting here like, excuse me. Shit.
Only you, man.
What do be happening? That do be happening. Here's another thing. But I don't go through this anymore because I go to a barber college. But when I was going to professional shops, the reason why I like going to the barber college now is because I get a simple cut, I get a bald heading. But the thing is that the one thing I really like about the barber college is that when I pay my money, I have a barber there to cut my hair as opposed to going to a professional shop and I'm waiting all day because you let 4 or 5 of your friends go in front of me. What's that? Mm-hmm.
I hate to correct you. You cool with me, Mike? I hate to correct you, but no. You let 4 or 5 of that nigga friends go in front of you. Because that shit could have been broken up quickly. No, sir.
No, you know how some of that goes, though. They be like, hey, let me get them real quick. Let me get them real quick.
If you want to buy my haircut, that's something different. But you sit up here talking about, hey, this is my homeboy, let him go, hey, come on, I'll get you next. You ain't going to get me at all, bitch. I'm gone. Holla at you. You ain't the only motherfucker on earth with clippers. Fuck you.
That's what hairdressers get you.
Hairdressers get you. Fro and a full beard before I let you cut my motherfucking hair. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on too.
That's what I got to dance, because hairdressers will wash your hair first. The hairdresser will wash your hair first and then sit you to the side, and then wash somebody else's hair and sit you to the side, and then look at you sideways and dare you to walk out with your hair looking wet.
That's how they get you in there.
That's how they get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you can't leave with your head wet unless you want pneumonia. I just smooth out, but fuck you, fuck your barbershop, fuck your clippers, fuck your sink, fuck your electricity, fuck your little pole that swing around in circles, fuck your chairs, fuck your oil, fuck your alcohol, fuck everybody.
You said screw your barbasol and all that. There's something else too.
Your barber side. Fucking granddaddy clippers that you using, everybody. I don't even give a fuck.
But you're right. Shut up, man. You're right, dear. I've noticed, and I don't know if y'all noticed too, but braid shops, not even braid shops. Yeah, African braid shops, not the regular braid shop, but African braid shops. They're in strip malls outside of the black community. And I don't blame them. But they get the job done. They have two people working on the head. They know how to share the money. They already got their prices together. I hate going to a salon with no prices. Of
course we have our prices together. We know what we do.
See? Or you go to a restaurant owned by some of us. And they don't have the prices list. They don't have a menu. They got a chic-a-shay at the front desk counter talking about what you want, what you need, with a funky attitude.
I'm on a cell phone.
Yes, on the cell phone talking about they'll get you.
Hold on, man. Give me just one moment. Let me finish making this phone call.
Sitting there touching money, then grabbing your chicken with no gloves.
Excuse me, my fork is dirty. Let me see that for a minute.
Breathe on it and then wipe it off.
And then wipe it off on her apron. It's clean now.
I've seen that happen too.
No, I have walked out.
I don't know who dick you done sucked last night. Quit playing, move.
I have raised hell over stuff like that. I ain't the one.
Yeah. So in short, chocolate people do better. Do better when it comes to business. Do better when you expect the money. Be honest. Basically, the whole thing is about doing stuff without expecting anything in return, and do it the right way. You know, we're so caught up in the wrong things and why we're doing business, why we're in relationships. There's a lack somewhere, expecting people to feel it. Now, most people get into business because they want to be rich. I'm going to tell you, and like I always say, 5 years, you're going to be out the red. 10 years, you'll eventually see the money that you're looking for. If you don't have 10 years to spare in doing business, rethink what it is you need to do and work for the man. If that's, really what needs to happen for you. Go ahead.
You just said it right there. If you look in any business looking to get rich, you already working from a place of lack. Because you should be getting a business because that's what you love to do, and you want to do what you love full time, not trying to get rich. Because when you try to get rich, you overlook details in contracts, and you end up losing more than what you started with, i.e. interest rates on loans and other stuff like that. Because when you do what you love, you work from where you got with what you have, and you're willing to work it up because you're just doing it what you love, and then it ends up bringing you more income and more income and more income. Then next thing you know, you have to expand, and you didn't even realize it. But when you do it the other way around, you end up going in debt.
Dear, you sound 916 sexy when you talk like that, girl.
Yeah.
Both of them say yeah.
I quit. I so quit.
Yeah, give me some more. Let's talk about adjustable rate mortgages.
Let's talk about how to get a home without a mortgage rate. Let's talk about how to get a home without even looking at your credit score. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about not worrying about home. Let's talk about buying land.
Let's really talk about that. Let's really talk about,
Babe, if you gonna sound like you just sounded right there, I'm all ears. Let me put my earphones on. Shit, I want to hear this up close.
See what you done started.
Look, let me get my Beats by Andre headphones. Not my Beats by Dre, my Beats by Andre.
Family Dollar, hey, budget shop, there you go.
Hey, there it is. I put a capital B on them bitches. It kept going.
Wow. If y'all want to hear more of this fool on Thursday night, Team WF&B with Gigi on Sex, Let's Make It Better. And again, how can they get in touch with you with your crazy butt?
I am on Facebook, WDUB. Let me do it phonetically. Do y'all want police or military?
Oh, wow. Police, dude.
That is going to be David Uniform Boy Yellow Adam. DUBYA FNEFFIN as in fucking, but spelled out. E as in Echo, F as in Frank, F as in Frank, IN as in November, and then B, 3 separate words, WF&B. I'm on Facebook, and I'm not going to put Twitter and Tumblr and all that stuff out there because I don't want to offend anybody, but just find me on Facebook. That'll suffice.
Mm-hmm. And Michael, how can they get in touch with you? All right, what you doing? Because I know you got some stuff coming up. Oh, you ain't ready. You ain't ready.
What? Hey,
black people. That's why you can't do business with them.
Michael.Weston.501 on Facebook.com. That's where you can find me for right now.
All right. That's
not now. Not now. Right now.
Right now. Right now.
Challenging me, man. That's why. You know what? That's why tomorrow is the man mindset. Give me some ding, damn it. Give me some ding. You just challenge.
You know what?
If you say give me some ding,
and I had to man up a little bit.
Good. Don't even. So again,
it's all in love. It's all in love, though. It's all in love.
It's all in love.
You go over there, and I'm gonna stay over here in between these four titties over here. You go ahead over there on Wednesday night. I'll sit over here in all this. Let me think. Abundance of feminine portritude, and you go over there on the man mindset. I'm going to sit up here and enjoy this extravaganceness of estrogen all to myself.
And again, for those who missed it, the first half of the show, these two nuts right here, I love them.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Y'all, again, for the first half of the show, we had Cameron and Brittney. Y'all can find Cam on Cam the Voice on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And then, of course, how they find you, Dia. I can't even talk.
Okay, first, this is After Midnight. I want to say happy anniversary to my husband because he does download and listen to the show.
Yay. Congratulations.
Go. Thank you.
Congratulations,
you know,
sir.
all about.
Pardon me, what I did?
Proper. Sit down, you proper.
Oh no, I just said congratulations to the husband of the marriage. Congratulations, sir. You have a very, very wonderful woman.
And you can find her at orisoasis.com. That's ORISOAS. Oh shoot, I can't even spell. ORISOASIS.com. She's got some books. Y'all pick them up for them little children, and also for yourself. She also does the readings for you. Y'all know where to find me. Facebook, Shawnee Fenderson, the author. WomanHeWants.com. That's not it. SimplisticTruth.com. Y'all can find me there. And every Tuesday night, shut up, dear. We're here at the Gumbo Cafe We out this BZ. Y'all have a good night.
Damn, we just fucking up everything. Did you say good morning too? Shit.
Good morning. Bye.